I'm just gonna leave that there. It's a thing. It sure is a thing. Alright, anything else I needed? I've got an okay amount. Oh, right. I can clear out a little bit more space. Boy, howdy. Okay, we can get rid of the iron. That'll help. That lets me get a little bit more cable, because apparently we're finally running out of cable. And then some concrete. Okay, now let's go back. Let's finish expanding that that steel setup. And then next time, I don't know. I think what I'm going to want to do is just stockpile an insane amount of... Oh, can I make the, dang it. I can't check here. I want to see if we can make the bigger industrial storage units. Because one thing I might want to do when I'm rendering videos is actually just leave this game running overnight. And just let it really, really gather resources. Let's see. And then we come back, rip everything up, and then redo it. Let's see, was that a Futurama tube? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be Futurama. I'm pretty sure tubes like that were actually in the Jetsons first. I could be wrong, though. I'm sure somebody can correct me. I remember when I was a kid getting mad because I had the realization that the Jetsons it was never going to happen. That it might happen, but I would be long dead by the time anything and everything that went on in the Jetsons would have been over, I guess. Oh, wait, no. These are constructors. We need assemblers. And I realized, not actually... Oh, wait, no. This needs to be the assembler. But, you know, flying cars, robots, so on and so forth, I was just like, yeah, I'm pretty down with this. And then it's like, oh, right. Technology just does not scale that fast. And I was like, this is bullshit, and I never wanted to watch it anymore. That and the characters were kind of dumb. Like, I feel like... I don't know. Utopian ideations that I have always imply most people would end up being cleverer than they are. So far, that is actually categorically false. And it's not how things seem to work in the slightest, which is a damn shame, but whatever. Let's see. I know this is not perfect, and I will probably have to redesign this at a later date. But it'll do for now. Let's see, there's the power. Okay, so these are going to be making... Oh, they're not assemblers. God damn it. It's not assemblers, it's furnaces. Okay, foundries. Luckily, they're all the same size and scale factor, so that's mostly good. I think they're going to have to wiggle over a little bit, because that's off-center. But that's kind of to be expected, given the situation. Alright, cool. Confusion averted. Oh, whoops. Connect that there. Okay, everything's good. Everything is mostly good. Just keep hooking it up, for better or worse. Okay. So alternate steel ingot. Alternate steel ingot. Alternate steel ingot. Right. Belts. So far, so good. So we dump these off. Inventory is not super full anymore. Should be going. They're going to be spitting steel out. So you're going to be working on each and every one of these. Nope. 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 Standby. Recipe. Steel beams. We need the pipes, but we seem to be producing enough, at least for now. Maybe I will have one of these. Maybe this one work on pipes. But honestly, like, just producing a silly amount of fast belts is going to make my life so much easier. So we're just going to leave it as such. Okay, next up. Plonk these down. Okay. Now, I could convert some of these. Oh, yes. I'm just going to have that sit there. We'll organize... no. I'm going to organize this now. Because a lot of this infrastructure might honestly sit around. Okay, there we go. Should be good. So do we see steel going this direction? Yes. Okay, cool. So steel will be feeding into that other system. Biggest issue here is just going to be getting enough resources to move out here. In a reasonable amount of time. Oh, I actually can't afford. Alright, whatever. We'll work on demand as demand increases. Well, production as demand increases. Because obviously, like, this is going to be... We're running at a bit of a deficit here, but that's fine. What if they have Logistics Mark IV at this point? Straight up teleporting belts. I'd be pretty cool with that, actually. Okay. Up that. Up that. Okay, these are good. So next up we want to do Logistics Conveyor Mark III. Let's go get the last one. Bango. Rated 1, not the other. Speaking of, I should probably double check. What are you doing? This is my base. You jerk. Okay, that's set. So yeah, next order of business. Whoop. Would actually be to upgrade the coal mines around here. I bet I haven't done that yet. Production, miner Mark II. Yep, thought so. What is this? Normal. Okay. So I gotta make one equipment workshop. Make one porta-miner. We'll get the other one, and then I think we're good to go. Then it's just waiting game. I can make one modular frame. One shy. Oh, that's insulting. I mean, not insulting, just annoying. Okay, so this should start producing a heck of a lot more. Alright, there we go. So now we're about as good as we're going to be able to get, I think. Let's see, logistics, conveyor Mark IIIs. Yeah, so these are about as maxed out. Yeah, pretty sure it won't let me do that. Even though that looks like a fairly valid shape. I guess it'll just get pissy at me. Alright, woo, that was weird. Okay. That should not happen. Oh. We should probably fix that before it gets worse. I mean, I guess we could rip this line up. Okay. Let's have a splitter. Go to a merger. Okay, there we go. And there's the weird backwards belt going on. What do you mean no? What do you mean it's too steep? This game and it's everything's. Yeah, to everybody that's ever told me, yeah, you can just put a splitter on a belt. I can't, it's not worth it. Every time I try and do it, it just freaks out. It just does the dumb. And I can't handle it. Okay, so now we need more iron. And we're also gonna need some more, gonna need a lot of things. So the biggest issue seems to be this thing ain't spitting out enough iron. Yeah, so if I wanted to fix this at this point, I would have to go find another iron mine, which I think we do have one over here. That's copper. No, actually we don't have any more iron out there. It's all that direction. Okay, so yeah, save for tossing a bunch of power cores into that thing to make it go faster, which is probably going to be what I want to do. We'll leave that for later. Yeah. I think let's just leave a lot of this for later. We need a lot of resources. And it's just going to take time. Let's see. That's a decent amount. What's this later you speak of? I don't know. I want to play more of this game, but just not now. Let's see. So we want to do transportation, hypertube support. Damn it. I have to be up above. I'm just gonna throw that singular one away. We'll toss the meat, too. I know I can use the meat for a couple of things, but I don't care. So you wonder, do you play much for horror games? Resident Evil is about the closest you're gonna get from me for a while. Resident Evil and, like, Dead Space. I know a couple of people have asked about World of Horror, but I'm not really sure if I'm keen on that. Let's see. Alright, there we go. So, that's gonna go. Yeah, there's some more iron. So I have a lot of options. I have a ton of options. I have a ton of resources that I'm not even properly dealing with. I think the next order of business would actually be to take all of the disparate mines and pool them into, like, just merge them into different locations and then go back to mega base structure. Main reason why I haven't been doing that is mostly laziness. And to some lesser degree, lack of available resources. Let's see. So that's good. Seriously? Is that a T3? Yeah, this is a T3. Alright. Alien Isolation is your favorite horror game in the last 10 years or so. Game knows how to make you fear the alien. Yeah, I could see that. Let's see. What the hell? Oh, there he is. But yeah, I don't necessarily know if I'd be super into it. I think maybe Shell would be. Like, I think Shell could play Alien Isolation. My big issue is I don't like horror games with an invincible enemy that chases you around. Unless you have tools to deal with it, it tends to feel just kind of cheap on my end. But that's mainly because, like, I think it truly is just leftover grump from playing Dead Space. The freaking invincible enemy that would show up at the end of Dead Space was just, it was annoying. It wasn't fun to fight. It was just kind of this thing that you had to just deal with. And I wasn't super excited about, like, running into Mr. X, who, yeah, just kind of follows you. And, like, it worked in Resident Evil 7. It worked really well. Because you knew there was this guy in this area that would chase you, but it wouldn't follow you to half of the locations. So if you wanted to look around for stuff, you could, and you would. And the environments were smaller that he would actually, like, follow you in, so it wasn't so bad. There we go. Can you upgrade the conveyors to tubes? Sadly, no. Alright, 240 per minute. How fast do my belts handle? 270, okay. The issue with invincible enemies in games where you can fight other enemies. It throws you off your groove and makes it feel cheap. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at. So, like, I maybe could make it... Maybe I'd be fine with, like, Alien Isolation, for example. You know, there's actually a very real possibility that, yeah, I get into the groove for it. I just... When it comes to horror games, I prefer Dead Space, I prefer Prey, I prefer Bioshock. It's harder for me to be as engaged with a lot of other ones. Let's see. Yeah, this is going to burn through pretty much my entire steel supply. So I think the biggest issue at this point is I actually need a lot more iron foundries going. Let's see. How'd they get from 2 to 7 so fast for Resident Evil? Resident Evil is... It actually took them a while. Let's see. Resident Evil 2 came out in what? 2000? 98? Somewhere in there. What they've been doing recently is just remastering things, which is probably why it seems like they're getting through it so quickly. Is that they've just, they're going back to their original games and making them look nice. Which, I don't know, I'm a big fan of that. I've heard a lot of people be like, "Meh, they should just make new games." And, like, I know Shell's kind of in that. But, like, for me, if it weren't for these remakes, I straight up wouldn't ever touch, like, Resident Evil 2. I never would have played it. And, like... by remaking or remastering a lot of these things, it's an opportunity for me to finally, like, sit down and say, yeah, I'm actually just going to play through the Resident Evil series. Let's see. Did you plan on ripping the iron protection to replace it with the one that requires water? Yeah. I guess let's go plunk down the space elevator again and figure out what I need to do. There's a box on top of one of these tubes, and it is going to bother me. But I'll leave that for later. Yeah, I've got at least 2 iron sources. Kind of just sitting around along this tube line, in fact, that I'm not tapping. I probably should work on it. Let's see, is there fall damage in this game, and is it possible to use the tube to launch yourself into space? Yes, and also yes. Okay, so yeah, looking at this point, all of these are just tapped out. Problem is, yeah, we're going to be redoing this whole thing very shortly. So let's store some metal plates. And let's get the space elevator down again. I'm gonna need wire. I'm gonna need concrete. See, how often is the Factorio map going to be loaded? Probably every Saturday for a while. I will admit, I know a lot of people have been kind of, like, gunning for more, for some more, Mastorio. I can't play it that much. I got other games that I need to be, covering on a daily basis. I don't actually know if I have to power this thing. So we need a lot. That's cool that we get to see the animation again. Can I... We're going to need a silly amount of resources for that, so it's going to take a while to get the rest of this. Yeah, so I think at this point I'm gonna just save here, and we're just gonna let the resources flow in for a little while. Because otherwise it's just gonna take a while. I could up my factory, but like I said, I'm gonna be ripping all of this up as soon as we hit the next tier, get access to oil refineries specifically. Because once we have refineries, then I can use water to refine the iron faster. Let's see. We might as well take this opportunity, though. I'm just gonna up the belts here. Okay. There we go. So we want to do production, miner, mark. Ugh. I don't even have iron rods. Oh, good. I'm running out of resources here. All right. I also needed some of these. No, I don't actually have enough. All right, whatever. We're just gonna save it, and I'm gonna go play something else. We'll just we'll come back to this later. I'll probably just leave the game running, not now, but like a little while. Maybe update some of this infrastructure as we go along before next time, and then we'll just launch into the next tier.